Welcome everyone to Kf3's Meet the Samurai, where today in this video we're going to be going over the ninja class from Kf3, along with all of its weapons, and we're basically going to determine if it's a really good class, or if you should not use it at all and it should be retired. And jumping right into the first weapon of the video, we have the Shuriken. Now the Shuriken is a pretty unique weapon in itself, and that being it is one of the few throwing weapons that you have in the game that you are also able to pick up from the Zed bodies or wherever it lands after you throw it. The Shuriken, despite its very low damage, is actually pretty good for getting some distance cleared between you and the Zeds. And like I said, you are able to pick up the shurikens from the bodies, so you are able to replenish however much ammo that you used. I give these at least maybe a 6 or 8 out of 10, only because if they were just a little bit stronger, then they'd be a little more worth it in my opinion. But moving on from the shuriken, we now have the Kiba. Now the Kiba is a traditional standalone sword that is also the first starting weapon of the ninja class. The Kiba is pretty strong by itself, taking out all the basic simpler enemies. But once you get to, let's say, wave 3, 4, then that's when everything starts becoming just a little bit hectic. You are able to kill Clots very easily and some of the other basic enemies. But overall, I'm going to rate it a 5 just because the damage output really lowers in quality, even if you get a buffed up, tankier version of the sword. And moving right along to the next weapon, we have the kunai. So the kunai, just like the shuriken, are one of the few throwing weapons in this game that you are able to retrieve the ammo from. The kunai especially are stronger than the shuriken, and same thing, like I mentioned, you can retrieve them. They make some pretty good distance between you and the Zeds. But what's nice about the kunai compared to the shuriken is you are also able to stab the Zeds as well. So you can switch to the melee mode with the special button, is what I like to call it, because everyone has a different button for switching. Like, for example, PlayStation is R1, I believe Xbox is RB, and I have no idea what it would be for PC because I don't have the game on PC. But overall, the kunai, pretty good weapon. I would give it a solid 7, 8 out of 10. One, because I absolutely love the design of these kunais, but also the damage output and the fact that you can also use them as a melee weapon, even if you throw every single kunai you have in your inventory. It's pretty nice. I really like it. And moving right along to our next weapon, we have the bow. So I believe it's pronounced Yumi, Y-U-M-I, either Yumi or Yumai. I don't know what the actual pronunciation of this bow is. But it's a pretty interesting weapon. It's the first bow that you do get throughout the entire game, throughout the classes. Kinda sucks though. The projectile speed is absolute ass. You're better off using the shurikens. If you wanted to use this bow to kill like basic enemies right in front of you, that can work out very nicely. Or if you just want to get a quick headshot like on a siren or on the husk, I mean, sure, that can work out pretty nicely. Overall, though, I'm going to give this weapon a 4, just because projectile speed alone really nerfs this weapon down severely. Damage output is pretty nice, though, so can't really bitch about that too much, but overall, I'm giving it at least maybe a 4. And jumping right along to the final weapons of this class, we have the katanas. So the katanas, very similar to the kiba, it is, instead of one sword, a pair of swords, and instead of it being a kiba, it's 2 katanas that you're wielding. The katanas are pretty interesting, and that being they have a unique ability to where you can actually electrify a electric charge into the katanas. So that 30, that with the lightning bolt that's right next to the icon there, that basically tells you you have 30 electric hits that you can do with this weapon set. It is pretty cool because you get to electrify the katanas and it deals, I want to say, some extra damage, if not at least stuns the heavier tankier Zeds like the Skrakes and Flesh Pounds. But overall, damage output is really great. I don't like the moveset all too much. It kind of just feels like you're wailing the swords at them. But overall, I'm going to have to give this weapon at least an 8 or a 9, just because these weapons are so satisfying. I absolutely love them. But yeah, that is every weapon that is in the ninja class. Hope you all did enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.